Hello everyone, this is Sarah Erwin and I am here to do my oral final exam. I know it can only be 6 minutes, so let's go ahead and get started. The first part of the oral final exam is talking about meeting multicultural gifted education goals. Um, so I'm just going to talk about two things that I've learned through the course objectives and um, things that I've met through this course. So my first one is decreasing gender bias. Um, I did my courageous conversations on exactly this, the difference between women and men in mathematics specifically. And it really showed me how different boys and girls learn mathematics. For instance, boys oftentimes don't really care what the teacher says and just want to do it the way that they know how to do it, whereas females really care to learn exactly how the teachers did it. And I never really saw this because I had two older brothers, and also I was pretty good at mathematics when I was a kid. So I didn't experience this kind of thing. So I really didn't know this existed, which I know sounds crazy, but it's true. I didn't realize that there was such a big difference in girls and boys and how they understand mathematics. And so through this class and through my courageous conversations that I've been able to have, I've really been able to see that yes, people do see that difference and they notice that difference in the mathematics classrooms. I also have sort of tried to remedy this myself. I'm a tutor at the University of Georgia, and I have one boy student and two girl students. And I definitely try to boost the girls' confidence because they are not super confident in themselves, and it's one of the things that I try to do is increase their confidence level. My next thing that I want to talk about is specific to the course objectives is understanding the role of social class and privilege on academic achievement. Um, just a little background. Most people are pretty impressed when they see that I am going to graduate this May with my undergrad and my master's in mathematics education, and I only have been in college for 4 years. Um, but one of the things that I didn't understand that really has a role in this is my class privilege. I have never had to work in school, and my parents are actually paying for my education, which makes me sound like a brat, but it's true. It's and so as such, I've been able to really focus on um, school and pretty much nothing else. I have a job this semester, but that was strictly by choice. I didn't need it for any particular reason. Um, but in contrast, I have a very close friend who didn't have that growing up, and he is paying his way through school, and it's been very difficult for him, and he's actually lost the Hope Scholarship. And when I first heard this, I was very disappointed because I know he's very intelligent, but what happened was he just doesn't have the same sort of background I do, and doesn't have people paying for his education, so he can't focus as much on school as I can. And just understanding that social class and privilege really does have an influence on academic achievement is something that I didn't realize until I started learning this in this class, and really started honing in and understanding that there's a lot of reasons why I've been successful in school, and one of the reasons is because of the privilege that I've had. On to the next category of future plans. Um, I'm going to reflect on two important changes that I plan on making. My first one is seeing students who are different differently. And I'll expand on that a little bit. When I first started teaching and before I had this class, uh, students who acted different were unruly. I didn't understand them, and I just thought that they were bothersome and troublesome students. And honestly, this does relate to race because these are usually students of diverse backgrounds. For instance, Hispanic or African American children are oftentimes, or at least I thought, the students who were acting up and cutting up in class and not wanting to pay attention and learn. But now, my future plan, I've come to understand that this is a part of their cultural background, and this is who they are. And just because a student is acting up doesn't mean he has low intelligence or is unable to do the mathematics at hand. And so, one of the things that I really want to try and focus on and moving forward from this class is seeing students who do typically act up in school or maybe are not seen as the quote unquote model student, seeing them differently and seeing those students in a positive way and understanding that they are gifted in whatever area. Perhaps it's not mathematics, but they have qualities and gifts that I haven't been able to see previous to this course. My other future plan is really understanding the importance of families. Being a high school teacher, it's a little bit difficult because I have over 100 students, uh, but families and family experiences really do play an important part on students. And um, the other thing is that they can still be involved in my classroom. I want to create a classroom that is conducive for parents as well as students. And I want to have parents who are okay with coming to me and talking to me about their child. And whether that is the parents, I don't want that to only be parents who are like me. I want that to be parents of culturally and diverse students, because if I am only serving the students whose parents are like me, then I'm really not serving every student. And one of the things that I really want to focus on is trying to reach out to the parents who might otherwise feel left out or not included in the classroom environment. And oftentimes, those are the ones that are from a different cultural background. My last thing I'm going to talk about is networking and collaboration. So I just attended the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics annual meeting and exposition in Boston, Massachusetts. Whew, say that 3 times fast. And one of the presentations was on TODOS, Mathematics for All, which is an organization based out of Arizona. And it's really focuses on including all students, but mostly Spanish speaking students in mathematics and understanding how to make mathematics more accessible for students who are English language learners. So you're probably wondering how I'm going to incorporate this since I live in Georgia. But they have an annual conference every year, and they also have a bunch of resources on their website, which are completely free, including the Standards for Mathematical Practice in Spanish. So these are both like really cool things, resources that I can use, that even though it is a satellite thing, it's in Arizona, I can still use them here in Georgia. And I'm running out of time, so real quick, my last thing I want to talk about is the GEMS Club, which is the Girls Excelling in Mathematics and Science Club. And the real interesting thing about that is that it was actually started in 1994, so it's a little bit older. Um, but it's based out of Virginia. But the really cool thing is that you can start your own GEMS Club and start. They have a toolkit on their website, and it's basically just a club for girls to really build their like and desire to do more math and science. And so these are the two organizations that I feel like I can use um, further to continue my education and also to continue to advocate for more diverse and accessible curriculum to everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll just sign off.